I am so terribly sorry I've not been on here. I've been really rushed about and busy. I've tried to keep you guys up to date with Instagram, letting you know that I had my scan just over a week ago, and it did confirm such lovely happy news for me that I was on my way to 13 weeks pregnant with a healthy baby at the moment. So all is good. Now, as you guys know, if you've been pregnant before, or if you're really into TTC and the baby journey, you may already know that you can have tests done on the NHS in the UK up to, I think, 13 weeks plus 6 days, and that will screen you for quite a lot of genetic disorders such as Down syndrome and other things like that. And I did opt for that, and I had those tests done, and I also had my bloods done, you know, to find out the baby's blood group and things like that. They did say they'd get back within 3 days if it was concerning and I needed further investigations, and if it seemed okay and relatively normal or normal figures and facts, that I would just hear in a confirmation letter about the appointment in 2 weeks. Well, touch wood, it's like I say, we're on Tuesday today, so it's been just over a week, 8 days. I've not received a telephone call or a message that I know about as yet, so I'm hoping my checks that I had done in the hospital may be good news. They also said if the baby shared the same blood group as me, I wouldn't hear about that. Whereas if it was a different blood group, they would let me know as soon as they can within a week, just so that if I had a bleed or a fall or a trauma of any type, I could get my anti-D injection. As you know, I've got 5 children already. 3 of my children don't share the same blood group as me. They have the same blood group as their dad, and obviously the last 2 have my blood group. So it is like, are they going to have Aaron's blood group again, or are they going to have mine? I'm just not sure. It's a bit like other things, like we've got 2 children with blue eyes like Aaron, and we've got 3 children with brown eyes like me. It's just one of those things that you just got to be patient and wait. Obviously they didn't used to screen a baby's blood until when the baby was born. So when I did have any bleeds or traumas or anything like that, which I did have when I was in my 4th pregnancy with my boy, I had a very slight bleed at 14 weeks. I'd been on a school trip with my children, helping out in London. I was on my feet all day. I was really stressed out. I didn't feel 100%, and when I checked my panty liner when I went for the loo, I had a very, very, very slight pink stain in my pants, and then I kept a monitor of it, but by the time I got home there was another pink stain, so I just bagged up the panty liner because I wasn't sure whether it was discharge or blood, and they straight away gave me an anti-D injection because they kept me in for 3 hours, scanned the baby, made sure the baby was okay, and they gave me an anti-D injection just because if there's any cross contamination with blood and your baby's different blood group, it can be really, really complicated. So now it's quite good that they can do that blood test at 12-13 weeks and let you know within a week to 2 weeks what blood group your baby is. One, it saves them time and resources with the anti-D, and also it's peace of mind for the mum. So I haven't heard anything yet, so I'm thinking maybe this baby might be the same blood group as me, or I might just hear a bit later because the blood results don't come through as quick as the Downs checks. Anyhow, that's where I'm at the moment. So I'm coming up, so my scan that I had, it was so exciting, I was very emotional. Aaron didn't come with me. Reason being, he did say I'll come with you. He had a very busy morning at work, but he obviously wanted to come. But I was a bit like, do you know what? I don't think I want you with me today, because if it was bad news, I think I would have just had to be on my own for a little bit to digest it all, because I know we're at the stage now where we wouldn't try again. I think where I've got so far on in this pregnancy and I'm so excited, and I've reached this lovely stage of 14 weeks, which is just beyond my wildest dreams. If anything happened or was going to happen at that scan, I think I would have needed a bit of time on my own to digest and process everything. And I'm just not good with, that's why I don't tell people until I've had my scan, really. So obviously you guys knew I was pregnant, and my children and Aaron knew, but I didn't really make it public knowledge with my family and friends until I'd had my scan. So they scanned me for quite a long time because the baby was very wriggly, Very cute. I mean, I'm in love already. And what is it? It's probably the size of a grape, and I'm like really, well, madly in love. But it's so weird to think at 6 weeks it's only 3.2 millimeters. At 9 weeks we were on 27 millimeters, size of a jelly bean, I think she said. And then I think that's right, 3.2 millimeters at 6 weeks. Then it went up quite a jump to this jelly bean size, and then at 12 weeks 5 days, which I was measuring on Monday, it was really apparent, as you saw the photo that I said for my official announcement. It was so exciting. It was a proper head, little arms, little legs. It was just so exciting. So it's gone from like little arm buds and arm legs just in those 3 weeks to an actual baby. It was so exciting. I did have a few tears down my cheeks and watery eyes, because what happened was I got there for my scan. They were running really late. They were super busy. And I had my mask on and I was all very hot. It's very hot in the hospitals. And when I was called in, I thought, oh, I don't fucking believe this. Is this an omen? Because on the Sunday, I saw one magpie, and I'm quite superstitious. So when I see a magpie on its own, I always salute it, because we have this thing: 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for a girl, 4 for a boy, 5 for silver, 6 for gold, 7 for a secret never to be told. Don't ask me why. I've always known that rhyme. Whenever I see a single magpie, I always salute. Whenever I see like 4 and 3, I always have something to associate it with. And when I was pregnant last time, I saw 3 magpies and I thought, oh my God, perhaps I am pregnant with a girl. And then I miscarried. And then when I found out I was pregnant this time, I saw 2 magpies and I was like, oh my God, this is it, 2 for joy. And then on Sunday I saw 1 single magpie and I was like, oh, for Christ's sake, I've got my scan tomorrow. I've seen 1 magpie, is that bad news? And then I was sat in the hospital waiting for my appointment. They were really late and I was getting all churned up thinking, I know I've had a 6-week scan and it looked promising. The 9-week one looked promising and viable and in the right place, but so much can happen between 9 and 12 weeks. I was still feeling sick, so that was all a good sign. Still having lots of yellow CM discharge, which was all good, and my waistline was expanding. So it all looked promising, but there was something in the back of my mind thinking, was that magpie anything to do with what's going to happen? And then the lady called me in, and it was that lady who scanned me when I miscarried. Florence. I'll never forget her name when she scanned me when I was having the miscarriage, and she was on a bad day that day, I think. My postman's coming. Hang on 1 minute. Oh, bless him. It wasn't for me, that parcel. That's all right. That's another thing. Let me get back to this. It was just I was expecting some... I don't normally wear maternity clothes. I just normally buy a size bigger. But this time round, I'm showing really quick. And I thought I'm going to be pregnant over Christmas by like 5 months if everything progresses well. And I just like, you know, the wet look black leggings. I quite like that with a blazer at Christmas. Just look nice when I'm going out for like panto and things. I mean, we always wear our daft jumpers, don't get me wrong, our Christmas jumpers. So I'm just a bit fed up with wearing dungarees. I've got the same pair of dungarees I bought 16 years ago when I was pregnant with my firstborn. They always come out, wash them, they go brilliant with a t-shirt or whatever. Always have those. You probably will see them if you watch all my old videos from when I was pregnant before. I lived and died in them. I literally put Christmas jumpers under them because I carried all through like November, December. So yeah, I have got maternity dungarees, but apart from maternity dungarees and some maternity crop tops and things to wear as underwear and nighties, I haven't got any maternity clothes. I literally just go for like a size bigger and nothing with a waistband. But I thought I'm going to buy a pair of jeans that are maternity so that I can wear them with my Christmas jumpers just casually, like day in, day out for football and for shopping and things like that. And then a nice pair of sheeny, shiny wetlet leggings that I can put with a nice blouse at Christmas for Christmas Day, because I just think that would be nice. And I have got these, this is like a jersey dress, and we've got a shop here called New Look, and literally when I fell pregnant the first time and sadly miscarried, these were in the sale bin for like £5, and I bought a black one and a grey one. And then I thought, oh, well, that's crap. I've bought them, never going to use them. But I rolled them up and they're perfect. But I've been living and dying in literally 3 dresses. Literally, I've been putting them with tights. And then yesterday I found a stretchy little mini skirt that I had at home in my drawers, and I thought, although it says mini skirt, it's like a t-shirt, like a snud really, but it looks fine with like thick black tights and a baggy jumper. But even that I had to take off while I was in the car because the waistline felt so super tight. So that's the moral of my story. I saw the postman and thought he might be delivering my ASOS parcel, which was 2 pairs of maternity things, but I'm not going mad. I've literally ordered a 20 quid pair of maternity jeans and a 20 quid pair of black things, and I thought that will keep me going with the dungarees, because I am a creature of comfort when it comes to pregnancy. I just like you know, the baggy stuff, so I'll just wear a couple of dresses and team up the leggings and jeans, because I'm carrying over winter, and then by the time I've had the baby, hopefully we'll be getting to spring and I can wear floaty, and I've got lots of floaty like summer smocks and things like that, because I'm not going to be one of these that's got to get my weight back within 6 weeks. I'm not like that. I am weight conscious and health conscious, but once I've had a baby, I'm in the bubble. For 3 months, I don't give a shit. I'll eat what I want, do what I want. I'm breastfeeding, and that's what my sole concentration is on. So I will be literally enjoying the postpartum bit of it. I don't really care. It's when I get to the 6 month stage I start thinking, okay, 6 months ago I had the baby, I've got to get on it now. And that is when I'll be cycling everywhere and really concentrating. So all I do after I've had a baby is eat healthy, small, little and often, and I just go with the flow. So yeah, anyway, what I was saying about this woman, so she called me in and I was already anxious about, is there going to be a heartbeat? Am I going to be lucky enough this is a pregnancy? I've seen a magpie. All of that was going in my head. I was texting Kate, who was due her baby any day, my best friend. I literally said, I reckon you're going to have it the day I go for my scan on Monday, because she was due like the Thursday. And obviously it's her 6th baby, so they can be really early. And on the Monday, she was like, I've had a show. And I was like, oh my God. So I was like texting her going, I'm sat here really anxious and nervous. I hope it goes well. Let me know what's happening with you and blah, 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 to try and pass time. And yes, this lady went, Ingrid, like that. And I looked up and thought, oh no, I recognise you. And then I saw her name badge, Florence, and it just made me go white as a sheet. And I sort of went, oh, it's really busy today, isn't it? And she went, yeah, we're always like this. And I thought, oh, she sounds a bit chirpier than she did when I went for my scan when I was going to be like 6.5. It was my first miscarriage, the one I had in January 20. And I think I miscarried around 6 weeks gestation. And I just wanted a scan to make sure that I'd miscarried it the entirety of the fetus, because I'd had quite a severe bleed, but it was over 2 days. It was quite painful, but I'd passed a bit of tissue, which I was worried it wasn't incomplete. So I wanted a scan to make sure it was all out of me, and a bit of reassurance really. But she got narked with me, if you remember. She was a bit like, I can't believe you've booked an early scan when you know you're miscarrying. When you're miscarrying at this stage, you normally do it at home, and I can't believe the midwife's referred you. And I was a bit like, well, you know, I was approaching 7 weeks. I want to make sure I'm not going to get sepsis or something like that. And I want to try again as soon as I can. And she was just a bit off with me. And it really put me on a downer, really badly. And when I saw her call me in, I was a bit like, oh my God, is this just a bad omen? Anyhow, I did some small talk, like it's busy, blah, blah, blah. And then as I got in, she went, how are you? How have you been feeling? And I went, oh, I'm fine. I said, we've obviously been trying almost 3 years, so this is a complete and utter miracle and blessing. We're overwhelmed with joy. So I hope it's going to be great today. And she went, I thought I recognised you. I went, yeah, you scanned me back 2 years ago when I was miscarrying to make sure I was okay. And she went, oh, I remember now. And then I said, yeah, so I didn't know what to say. I felt like saying, yeah, you were really horrible to me last time, but I didn't. And she was like, oh, it's amazing that you're here. Let's have a look what's going on. I'm not going to be scanning you today, Erin will be, but I'm going to be taking all the notes and blah, blah, blah. So this lovely lady called Erin scanned me, and they found the heart. She was like, there it is. Oh, look, it's wriggling around. Yep, okay, we're going to do some measurements, so try and relax. And the baby was in the prayer position, which was so sweet. It was like sitting upright, bolt upright. I don't know whether that one's on the little announcement on the Instagram, Ingy Mum Love, that I put on, because I announced it with like 3 scan photos and a baby grow saying worth the wait. But there was one scan photo and they took the measurements, and she said, you're measuring quite a way on, like almost, well, she said the measurement I've got now is like 13 plus 5, but it might be how the baby's sitting, so let's try and get some different positions. But the baby was bolt upright and it did not move. And I said, do you want me to drink some water or move a bit? And she went, no, just stay there. And I think she was scanning me, where a scan takes normally 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I was probably in there 20, 25. And I was a bit like, oh, is everything all right? Because I'm really anxious. She went, everything's fine. The baby's in the right place. It looks good for measuring. It's got a heartbeat. It's very fidgety, but we just got to get the right measurements, because what you're measuring right now makes you a week ahead of your dates, yet you've been scanned at 6 weeks and 9 weeks and it doesn't correspond. So we've got to make sure that they correlate correct. But we think because the baby's stretching, it's giving us false measurements. So we've just got to wait for it to be in a different position. And then within about 2 minutes, it suddenly went into the cradle position and they got measurements, and they kept taking measurements. And they said, no, we're happier with this one. And it made it, instead of the 14th of April, made it the 19th of April. My 6-week scan was the 20th of April. My 9-week one was the 20th of April. So they were happy to go with the 19th. So I think it worked out. Period dates and everything was the 20th, but my actual measurements the 19th of April. So they said, you're measuring today like 12 weeks, 6 days on your scan, but 12 weeks, 5 days from your period. And I was like, okay, that's brilliant. Thank you. So that all went really well. She measured the neck fluid, and she said the measurements look fine, but obviously we've got to run it through all the proper channels to give you the reassurance. She said if it's less than 1 in 150 for statistics of downs, we will get in contact within 3 to 4 days. I think she said within 3 days, but via phone call. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I said, it's really weird because the last pregnancy I had, it was like 1 in 800, I think. And then my 4th baby was like 1 in 600 or something. But it was funny that the statistics were lesser on my 4th pregnancy than the 5th, because I was 2 years older. So it was weird. She said it doesn't go always on age. She said it goes on genetics. It goes how your body weight is. It goes, she said, generally, if you're in good health with a good diet, you're a good weight, you haven't got it in your family, you've got much better odds. She said so many people just go, oh, I'm going to have a Downs baby because I'm over 40. She said it doesn't work like that at all. She said we see people in our clinic that are 38, 39, 27. She gave me all these, she was like giving me loads of age. She said it doesn't matter what age you are. She said it is a factor, but you've got, she said, if you're obese, if you smoke, if you drink, if you don't look after yourself, if you don't have exercise, if you've already got Downs in your family, these are all factors that add to it. So she said we just look at everything. We don't just look at your age, we look at the fluid behind the neck, we look at a whole region of things. And obviously it wasn't just Downs they were looking for. There was a lot of other diseases and genetic disorders they look for as well. We're very fortunate that we get those screenings, and then that gives us time to digest it, process it, and make decisions that are awful to make, but you know. So anyway, that's where I got. I was in for a good, like I say, 20-minute scan, 25-minute scan, and then there was a huge wait just for my bloods. They actually forgot me because I waited like 25 minutes and I was like, I'm only going to be getting bloods. And she went, oh, we're going to chase it up. But I was a good hour and a half in the hospitals. And yeah, it all went really, really well. So that was last week. So this week I will be now just over 14 weeks pregnant. So far so good. My waistline's expanding, lots of CM. Sickness has eased quite a bit. Now I used to be ill from about 11 o'clock in the morning right the way through, not being able to smell or taste coffee, not really being able to smell wash powder or anything like that. Well, the wash powder is still the same. I'm using unscented, but even that smells rank at the moment. I'm like, oh, my husband says it smells like wet dog. He says your washing doesn't smell very nice. He said it just smells of nothing. When I get in a clean bed once a week, he said it's really like, ooh, because I do my beds once a week, and he's like, I love fresh bed covers, but it just smells of nothing. So I think he's looking forward to when I go back to normal washing powder and things. But yeah, I'd say that the sickness has subsided a little bit because I had a decaf coffee a couple of days ago and it tasted okay and it kept down. Haven't actually been physically sick for about 3 weeks now, but the sickness was there. But the sickness that when I was actually throwing up stopped at about 11 weeks. I'm definitely not feeling 100%. I'm still like at night about 7 o'clock. I think, oh, I'm hungry, but I don't fancy anything. And then I have something, I think, I wish I've never had that. And I feel terribly bloated at the moment. And definitely the progesterone's making me feel constipated. I know it's TMI, but you know, we're honest here. So I've got another 2 weeks left of the progesterone. I finished that just before 16 weeks, and then I can stop that, which will be good, because it is so annoying that you put it on. I literally have to have a number 2 or whatever, or have my shower and put it in me. But it's so annoying if you can't go to the loo in the morning and then you put it up you and then you've got to go an hour and a half later. It is like really annoying, but it's a God saver. And I don't know whether that saved, I don't know whether the progesterone helped me in my pregnancy, the COQ10 helped with my egg quality, or whether it was just the right place, right time, and the universe had the plan for me. I don't know. Oh my God, there's a massive scrap iron lorry coming now. You have to... Can you hear that? Can you hear it? Okay, so here in the UK here we have people who come around once a week for scrap metal, and they have a big megaphone, which is useful. It saves people dumping stuff. Anyway, that was that noise. So yeah, all is going well. I'm sorry I haven't been on here. It's mainly because I'm trying to get prepped for autumn and Christmas. And if you know my Instagram page, I do a lot of Christmas prep for chutneys, pickles, jams, sweet treats, everything, so that I can make hampers and goodies. And I've been trying to plough myself into that to take my mind off of worry and anxiousness of the pregnancy, because I am very anxious still. Every time I go to the loo, I'm like wiping, thinking, please God, don't let there be pink or blood. I'm still in that zone at the minute. I'm not taking anything for granted. I'm taking care of myself, but I obviously want to not get too worked up that I get stressed. So everything seems good. I've got my next scan on the 3rd of December, which will take me to just over 20 weeks. And that's when they do blood tests and I get my flu and whooping cough jab, which I am going to have 100% because the flu rates are going up. COVID jab, I haven't been done yet. I'm not opposed to it. I want it done, but I just don't know what stage of my pregnancy I'm going to have that done. I definitely want it, 100% I want it, but my friend Kate had hers at 30 weeks and her second one a week before she gave birth, and it went fine. She had the Pfizer, which is meant to be great in pregnancy, and it went fine. So I was sort of thinking in my head, maybe February, when I've got quite a way on in my pregnancy, would be a good idea, just in case I've got to go in hospital for anything, so that I am protected. Because if you have at least one of the jabs, at least you're sort of protected somewhat. That's where I'm at thinking, but at least my flu jab that I have in December should protect me over the winter. I do eat healthy, I do look after myself, I get as much sleep and water as I can. I'm taking my multivitamin, and that's all I'm taking at the moment because the iron was making me feel a bit groggy. But at least I've got my vitamins up to try and keep healthy and stay healthy. I do feel seriously lethargic though. I really have to push myself just to go for a walk and stuff, which is not good. I'm normally quite energetic, but the only exercise I'm really getting is when I go out shopping. Like today, I've just gone to Waitrose to get the food shop, so I've been lifting and carrying and bits and pieces, and now I'll probably go in, put all my shopping away and sit down for a drink and potter around. And I really have to push myself, so I am super tired. But that's all the symptoms I have really. A bit icky, super tired, lots of CM. I'm hoping it's all progressing. I've got Vashti on the 28th just to confirm that I'm doing the right thing, waiting for the COVID jab and things, just to make my mindset good. Kate, my friend, had a lovely baby girl on the Tuesday, so she laboured through Monday and had it on Tuesday. So there's another little baby in our like family friend group, which is beautiful. That would make a lovely, hopefully a lovely playmate for this one. And yeah, everything's going really well. So love and friendship to all. I'll get back in a few weeks, but yeah, the update is I've had my 12 to 13 week scan. Haven't heard anything bad at the moment, so I'm hoping all's progressing well, and I'm approaching the 14. Well, I'm 14 weeks now, so yeah, all is going good. Thank you for your support and friendship. Speak soon. Bye.